Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. Then on Friday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Diallo in at the small forward position. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's McLemore in at the 3. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA, Brent. What are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams and teams that have made changes? What are they playing like?
What's their chemistry? Exactly.
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
A shot by Paul, no good.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there. That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. And he gets the bucket.
And for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And it's Westbrook missing. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Poked away. Stolen by Westbrook. And he lays that one in.
Rocket fuel there. So explosive. Westbrook's a one-man wrecking crew.
Ball against Westbrook. Paul dishes to Adams. Inside, there's Diallo. Drops in the layup for 2.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Step back on that one and let it fly.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now here's Paul. He picked up 30 points in their last win against Portland.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Six to shoot.
Well, Westbrook out there playing defense like an interior decorator, draped all over him.
From deep. It's hauled in by Adams. Thunder trailing by 5. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He had 22 points in the win against Portland.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals. This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Harden's shot is off.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Diallo. Poked loose, stolen by Tucker. Westbrook drives in. It doesn't go for him. Paul with the defensive effort. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Lakers.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Now, Diallo. James Harden missing on the three. The Thunder shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he makes the first. And so he hits both. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Al Paul. James Harden missing on the three. Puts it up from 17. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And there's the pass to Capella. So here's Westbrook. 35 points for him last game against the Lakers. Shot clock at 5. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. And Capella sends it back. Westbrook against Paul. Now, here is Harden. D right on him. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Ball against Westbrook. To the middle. Here's Adams. And Capella sends it back. Here's Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Chris Paul. It's stolen by Capella. And it's Westbrook missing.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
Here's Schroeder. The Rockets making the shot. Over Harden. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Defense pretty solid there, but Schroeder finds a way to knock one down.
Pass to McLemore. Sinks the triple. McLemore's got 5 points so far.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Daniel House has checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for James Harden. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. To the inside, Schroeder, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Schroeder playing around on the pick and roll. You're always worried about his speed burst, and he looks relaxed out there.
For three, Westbrook. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high. Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Now Westbrook, 6 points for him. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
And Capella sends it back. They retain possession. Here's Schroeder. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Charity stripe shot, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist from Westbrook. And now it's a 12-point Rocket lead. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Well, we'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Houston making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. Pass to Burton. There's the 3. They grab their own miss. Goes back up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
12th pick in the NBA draft back in 2013. The cool thing would be, Kevin, if Steven Adams plays as many seasons as he has siblings. That would be 17.
And the first one drops. Brent, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category, Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. Here's Dort. He's guarded by Chandler. Burton. And here is Noel. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Portland.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
Count it, good. Here's Westbrook. He's got 8. And Westbrook throws it down.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
Nobody near Schroeder. Here's Adams, up and in on the layup.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Schroeder against Westbrook. A minute 50 left in the first quarter. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game. Kicks it to Adams. Schroeder against Westbrook. Back to Adams. Schroeder outside. Rocket 6. Stolen by Westbrook. And it's the Rockets on the break. Kept alive by Houston. Now here's Tucker. He's covered closely. It's tipped. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Burton. Lays it in off the breakaway. Houston leading by 8. Westbrook with it. 12 points for him. He tries for three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Burton, the pass to Dort. Now here's Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Passes to Burton. A baseline J. Adams' shot is off.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Dort passes to Schroeder. From deep three-point range, and so it's Houston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter, and it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after this. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. And Chris talked about where all that started.
It's been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously me, Bron, Melo, D. Wade have all really gotten really close. And that stems from the time with the Olympics, USA teams, and then just sharing a lot of the same likes and values and having kids and family and different things like that.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GA spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
Taking a look at the Thunder, they've got Nerlens Noel. He's out there with Steven Adams, and it's Schroeder in at the 1.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
So it's the Rockets now. The Thunder making the shot. It's stolen by Schroeder.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Burton.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Sefolosha finds Westbrook. Now here's Gordon. From outside, off the mark. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you...
Oh, that was something else!
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective. Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. I often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, the favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because He's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the three. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. The pass to Westbrook. Over Paul. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And that's 15 points for Russell Westbrook.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Gordon with it. He's picked up by Paul. Gordon dishes to Westbrook. Bounce pass Gordon. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Gordon. And now a 5-point Houston lead. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. McLemore has come in for Danuel House. And it's James Harden in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Oklahoma City, Diallo, he's checked in for Burton. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Paul can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 5. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Incredible assist there from Gordon. Just an awesome job getting his teammates involved in that play.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Ball against Sefolosha. Shot clock at 6. From deep. The Thunder with another miss.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now here's McLemore. 5 points in the game. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
For Houston, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. From deep, McLemore buries the long-range jumper.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Thunder have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before
Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. James Harden, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
And so here is Oklahoma City. It's a 13-point game. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is, it's about the experience of being around a team.
Oh, jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. He dishes it to Gordon. Pass to McLemore. They get a hand on it. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here is Harden. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. From deep, there's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Paul surveying the floor. Will it go? And Capella sends it back.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Thunder. They trail by 18.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Ball against Harden.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
It's his first trip to the line.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Paul for 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. And McLemore kicks to Gordon. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Well, Eric Gordon is always a threat as a 2-guard to score. However, the defense gets a little too physical with him there, which is why he gets to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon. All free throws good from Eric Gordon. Thunder trailing by 20. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Here's Paul with the teardrop. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue. A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Up again. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Rockets leading by 20. Gordon kicks to Harden. Here's the three. That shot off. Some solid D from Paul. To the paint. There's Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Capable of running the offense, and now a new one for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Capella. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded by Diallo. Harden, and the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 7 points for the quarter.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Knocks it loose. Noel against Capella. 6 to shoot. Capella against Noel. The shot by Bazley, no good. Rockets have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Gordon, the pass to Capella. Now McLemore. Dishes it to Capella. Houston needs to get a shot up. There's Gordon with the three. The shot, no good. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Paul for three, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drop for Harden.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Russell Westbrook in for the Rockets. And both free throws good for James Harden. Thunder trailing by 19. Passes it to Bazley. Feeds to Adams. It's rebounded by Houston. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
The pass to Diallo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. Great showing for him last season. He averaged 36 points a game, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
First free throw is good, and the Rockets making a change here. House is checked in. That one is no good. Houston leading by 20. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Schroeder outside. Now Diallo. He's got 5. 6 on the shot clock. Schroeder dishes to Adams. Here's Diallo, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Diallo's got 7 points, and so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. Pass to House. 1:16 left to play in the first half. Pass to Harden, and he has space. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Here's Bazley. 9-point game his last outing. Adams finds Schroeder. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Capella. Burton's checked in for Oklahoma City. There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. Passes it to House. Harden outside. Chandler trying to free himself up. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 20 points.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
And the pass to Burton. Here's Bazley. And here's Schroeder, guarded by Tucker. Westbrook against Schroeder. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Tyson Chandler knows his role. He's out there to play good, hard defense and bark out orders from the back line.
James Harden getting it done for Houston. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post, and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 20 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. Kenny, what you think about the Rockets?
As we've seen, the deceiving quickness of Harden makes him so difficult to guard. He can go from slow to fast in an instant. Can stop on a dime, or he can take you all the way to the rack.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, it's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Thanks for joining us again, folks. 2K Sports broadcasting here on MLK Day, bringing you the NBA. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And welcome back to the 2K Sports broadcast of the NBA, celebrating Martin Luther King Day. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's McLemore in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Diallo the pass to Adams. 4 on the clock. And he lays it straight in. Adams has got 6.
Steven Adams, a workhorse down low like that. Once he's got position, he'll want the ball.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Ball's knocked loose. Harden left side. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Here's Paul, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Paul.
Well, at this point in his career, Chris Paul is all about trying to get that elusive championship. Will play whatever role it takes to get that mission done.
Both free throws good from Paul. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. And here's Westbrook. 17 points in the game. Westbrook with the block.
There is no question that Russell is one of the top 10 athletes we have in the league. On full display there.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And the foul on Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. On defense, the Rockets, they lead by 24, their biggest margin. Ball against Westbrook. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, Chris Paul is not afraid of getting hit, whether it's him initiating it or anticipating it. Plays through that contact well.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
One shot.
And so here is Houston. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Outside Westbrook.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Diallo. The tray. And Chris Paul hits from deep. Paul's got 8 points in the quarter.
Once Paul makes up his mind, he does not hesitate on that play and is developing his 3-point game later in his career.
McLemore inside the line, and it's Bazley with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clint Capella, coming off a terrific season. 2nd in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you pointed out his ranking as the 2nd best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become #1 this time around.
Well, not many times does Adams get his number called for plays like that, but the oop there looked good.
Tucker finds Harden. Takes a three. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Now here's Diallo. Defense right on him. Pass to Paul. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Diallo. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 5th assist in this one. Harden right side. Capella inside. Adams on him. Bucket is good. 15 points for Clint Capella.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Got a piece of it. Here's Paul. Again, the Thunder score.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Westbrook passes to Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
The Thunder have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And one of the weaker areas for this group, only shot about 71% from the line a season ago.
And the first one drops.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Noel's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such an intriguing prospect coming out of Kentucky. I can't wait to watch in a new system how it is that he starts to understand and develop further his offensive play.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. Burton's checked in for Diallo. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Is shot by Paul, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Outside Westbrook. A three-pointer, no good. Thunder trailing by 16. Schroeder, right side. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Noel missing.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. The Rockets again can't hit. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 14. Burton. No good from outside. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Lob pass to Capella. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Harden. And Adams kicks it over to Schroeder. 4 on the shot clock. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Harden. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 in the quarter. Now here's Harden. Gilgeous-Alexander cover. And James Harden good for 3. And the Rockets lead by 17.
Hey, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon. And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
2 shots.
Throw good, Adams. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far this game has come.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for Capella. Here's Gordon. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Dort, guarded by Harden. And Noel throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And here's Harden for 3. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Burton. 10 points for him. Pass to Dort. Pass to Burton. 3-pointer. That shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Schroeder. Last season's performance for him. He put up about 15 points a game last season. 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
That free throw good from Gordon. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Tyson Chandler. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team. Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
scoreboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Russell Westbrook, number 1. Third is Chris Paul.
And really two terrific distributors. I mean, the first thing you look for in a teammate is the ability to get you the ball, and they both have that down to a T.
For 3, Westbrook. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Burton. 10 points for him. And there's the pass to Adams. Here's Burton. Over House. Adams trying to free himself up. And it falls over the rim and in. Burton's got 12 in the game.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Here's Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. And the Rockets lead by 13.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
Adams, the pass to Schroeder. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Westbrook, no good. Thunder trailing by 10. 1:33 left to play in the third. Here's Burton, defended by Gordon, and a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when...
Oh, freakish.
Man overboard.
Wow.
No run-of-the-mill stuff there. No, fellas, putting something extra on it.
Greg, can you believe that? My goodness.
And this can deflate the other team. They need to answer back strong.
Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Dort. Pass to Schroeder. Lock at 6. Down low. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stop.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Here's Schroeder. That one, no good. Great D that time from Westbrook. Inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
No good on that one.
Now Westbrook just plays with an incredible competitive fire, and that energy right now, he's not taking any possessions off.
And the Rockets making a change here. McLemore is checked in. And the second free throw, good. 35 seconds left in the third. Schroeder passes to Dort. Westbrook against Schroeder. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Houston. Gordon with it to the left wing, unloads, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from McLemore. Westbrook's got 25 points in the game. James Harden getting it done for Houston, and his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Steven Adams. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Diallo. And it's Baisley in at the 4 slot. And it's Schroeder missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Westbrook against Schroeder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Well, you give Russell Westbrook any kind of runway like that, and he can explode. What a terror on the inside.
Russell Westbrook taking 2 shots.
That's good from Westbrook. Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Thunder. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. Now, I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Now here's Gordon. He's tightly guarded. Pass to McLemore. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's the lob to Adams.
Well, so much deceptiveness about Chris Paul's game that he doesn't know how to guard him right now in the pick and roll.
Rockets leading by 16. Now here's Westbrook. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Rockets shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Now Westbrook. Knocked loose and taken away by Paul. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Beyond the arc. The Rockets pull it in. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. And it's Gordon missing.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Gordon. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
It is so difficult not to foul Westbrook. He's always had the speed. Now he's got better understanding of exactly how to attack a defense.
That free throw, no good.
And he's letting a lot of points get away at the free throw line tonight. It's got to be frustrating to have all that hard work not pay off.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Westbrook against Paul. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his third foul of the game. And here is Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jump shot is good that time.
How about the way Chris Paul manipulates the defense with the handle there? Phenomenal at keeping his focus.
Westbrook passes to Gordon. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Capella and Adams sends it back. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Timeout called, the Rockets. Sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said, we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. Houston on D. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Stolen by Westbrook.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
Knocked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. Diallo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Adams against Capella.
Elite passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Lets it go with a 3. And no good that time. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Bounce pass from Gilgeous Alexander. Here's Paul. Rebounded by Capella.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
inside Gordon. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Adams against Capella. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his third personal foul. Shooting for Houston, Clint Capella at the line for 2.
First one falls for him. All free throws good from Capella. Here is Paul. Adams in the high post. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Capella. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. The Rockets again can't hit. Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Paul, and Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Now here's Diallo, guarded by McLemore. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Harden, the shot from the low post is good. Harden's got 32 points.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Back to Adams. The dish now to Paul. Looking to get it going. And he sinks the layup. Paul's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, a master weaver, Chris Paul, through those screens and rolls and angles on the floor. His dribble moves are just incredible.
Deft touch on the alley-oop. And the Rockets lead by 15.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Westbrook passes to Capella. Tucker with the ball. Here's Westbrook. Capella trying to free himself up. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And they're on the break. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 9 assists now tonight.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
The Thunder with another miss.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now the pass to Harden. From the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harden's got 37.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
To the inside. Here's Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 6th assist on the night. And here's Westbrook from the arc. They get the rebound. Capella lays it up off the glass. Capella's got 14 points now in the second half.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded closely. It's stolen by McLemore. Outside Westbrook. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending, and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. On the wing, Cephalosha. Here's Clemens. Another shot, and that one is good from Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his first bucket in this one.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Yeah, that pops your confident balloon out there, just completely deflating when plays like that happen.
Nader the pass to Burton. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Houston's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Clemens, defended by Paul. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Take a break.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Houston.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Russell Westbrook.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Dort passes to Patton. Here's Burton. 5 to shoot. Over Howard. And the shot is long. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, and when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you were on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.